Ladies and jellyfish, welcome back to A.S.K. So listen, we took a look at the banned Benton aliens, not once, but twice. Then we looked at the unseen and rejected aliens, non-canon of course, that never made it to Ben's roster, not once, but twice. I'm happy to tell you that today, I got 12 more to show you, probably the last 12 for a long time, as we go through their power abilities, their designs, and their flaws. This time, it's the Ben 10,000 edition of the non-canon reject aliens. And before we start, be sure to subscribe for countless other Ben 10 videos, including 4 other unseen alien videos already on the channel. Let's jump right into this. First off, we got Funguy. He reminds me of A.S.K with the name, and Wildvine in the fact that he's just a mushroom plant humanoid with a really cool design. He also comes from Wildvine's home planet. Funguy is able to produce incapacitating laughing gas from the pores on his arm, kinda like gut rot, but only laughing gas, and in a more natural sense. The spores would affect different species differently, but could never be lethal. I like this one. A change of pace from the usual violent aliens, this one could make Kevin or Gwen laugh too, and could be Ben's chance at trolling people mid-fight. Imagine if Albedo just broke out laughing like Ben just dropped a boogie bomb of laughter on his head. Funguy is a fun guy, who's a really fun guy. Terrorsaur is a giant-ass pterodactyl who can fly around and produce terrifying psychic hallucinations using the 1,000 scary eyes he's got. He's also native to the Endor system of planets, that's Ghost Freak's domain, and he can likewise to them see in the dark. I see this one having tremendous potential. He could be something like a mix of Vampire and Ghost Freak in the Prime continuity, but it could also belong in the list of non-canon banned aliens I've looked at before, in terms of going berserk and becoming a giant demon-like monster who could hallucinate everybody. Being a bird, I could even see him duplicating himself and joining a horde of space demons. The name could use some work though. Might I suggest Voidwing, Breachgeist, Spectri, Vampire? BrainDrain reminds me of Baxter Stockman in that one TMNT 2003 episode. He's a slender, zombie-like alien who can absorb the life energy of people and turn them into zombified minions to his hive mind. He can't do this to action neurites like Ghost Freak because they aren't alive in the conventional sense, only flesh and blood being. Speaking of Ghost Freak, BrainDrain is also another Endor alien he can see in the dark. Oh, and he can be scared by Topic too, in case you were wondering. I feel like the problem with this one is his physical weakness. Bro is literally just a skeleton. If enemies act quick, they could probably just bash him in the head like Plants vs. Zombies. Gurge. Jesus, what the hell is that? This one is capable of inducing weapons-grade nausea into enemies. A nausea and vertigo feeling so strong that it makes its victims collapse in a heap and have to vent the illness from all their orifices with horrendous force. What the hell is going on with this one? I guess the name is taken from regurgitate, but let's get back to those powers. He can make victims sick and nauseous to the point of collapsing suddenly, and then they vent their illness from their orifices? So what, they got vomit coming out of their eyeballs? With horrendous force? Transmutor. This one looks cool. This one has the powers of alchemic control, meaning he can literally transmutate things and perform elemental conversion. He could turn water into steam, could turn the ground into spikes, the air into poison gas. He could create food or water in survival situations like in Alone Together, and could literally turn the very air into a shield during a battle. I think this one will need some serious nerfing if it's gonna go into Ben's real roster, as this sounds too overpowered to be true. Can you think of any other applications for this kind of alien? Warp is a snake-like alien with 2 knife arms and Vilgax-like tentacle hair. This sucker's got the ability to create portals that allow him to travel through space and time. He's basically got Jet Ray's hypersonic space travel and Clockwork's time travel, all with the convenience of a slithery Professor Paradox-type portal. Wouldn't it be funny though if he moved so slow like a snail that he couldn't even go through the portal in time? Kringl the Summoner. What the hell? This is a non-canon Benton alien? A little late for Christmas there, but let's take a look at it regardless. This one's powers are a bit more simple than some other OP ones in this list, but Kringl can summon these elf energy constructs to fight for him. They're not real, but they can do some damage. You know what it reminds me of? That skeleton witch troop from Clash of Clans. The main one can deal damage in the long term, while those energy constructs can distract the enemy or deal with large armies coming their way. Also a nice festive alien to pop out every Christmas special. Jak the Freeze. Another winter-themed alien. This one looks really cool in my opinion. Jak can stop time in his near proximity, or even stop specific targets in time and kick the crap out of them when they're immobile. It may even be a better concept if the frozen victim can still see and experience everything but just can't move or speak. That's another debate. Jak can skate around floors as if he were on ice, and is generally another time-stopping alien with a twist. This one would come in handy for a lot of interesting purposes in Ben's roster. Lurk, another inner system alien. This one is a weird looking wall crawler for sure. He can see in the dark, and his main ability comes in manipulating shadows and being able to hide and travel invisibly through them. Get it? That's why his name is Lurk, because he lurks in the shadows. Kinda reminds me of that fan-made Shadow Man, which we took a look at in part 1 of this series, and he has the same ethos about him. A mix of that and maybe Chameleon. This one could be like Wildmutt in that he can't talk, but would be great alien for stealth and even sniffing out prey. If I were to add to this, maybe I'd add something about him excreting some kind of saliva that covers whatever it touches in the dark shadow until Ben transforms back to human. That could make him a bit more offensive in battle. Lagoon! Not like Goo Lagoon, but like a French play on words, is an epic one. This one is like a SpongeBob background character mixed with Katara from Avatar. He can survive on both land and water, and get this, he's basically a waterbender. He can control water and use it to create anything he wants. Like other inner system aliens mentioned here, he can also see in the dark, making him super useful in any undersea venture, even deep sea. But just think about it. Ben's trapped in jail in some cave, and this guy could use the water in a little puddle to break out of his chains. Totally awesome. Skele-TON. This one's awesome. He's a giant skeleton surrounded by a slimy substance all around his body. The slime is held together by an anti-gravity projector somewhat similar to Goop, which stands in the center of his chest under the Omnitrix. Without that, the slime would fall and nothing would hold his bones together. He has the ability to control the molecular density of the people or objects around him, and that includes turning the ooze on him into a rock-hard armor. He can see in the dark, and can beat the crap out of pretty much all his enemies, because he can freaking molecularly scatter his enemies, like what happened to Donnie in TMNT 2012. If that doesn't work, he's still a 10-foot monster who can step on his foes and crush them. Last but certainly not least, we got Soulcatcher. This guy's name is badass, and basically describes what he can do. Soulcatcher can temporarily capture the memories and life force of his opponent, storing them in his power nodes on the shoulders. His enemies' memories could give him clues as to their fighting style or their secrets, and their life juice gives him strength and durability to attack them with super quick punch combos he throws with his arms. Two things with this one. If there's too much positive emotion in the opponent, he becomes weakened, which is why he uses their memories first against them to turn them angry and weak. Second, if he gets his power nodes punched, shot, or hit any way, it could lead to a massive explosion, or at a minimum, significant decrease in his ability to fight or even see around him. They are his greatest strength and his greatest weak spot. Still a brutal one that you don't want to mess with if Ben gets hold of him in the Omnitrix roster. And that was all the non-canon Benton aliens that we never got explained part 3. While I am done with the currently existing non-canon unreleased fan-made aliens, I'd love to combine some of these designs into cool fusions and pin them head to head. If any of that sounds enticing, be sure to let me know you want it in the comments below. While you're at it, let me know which of these 12 aliens you like the most. Do let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below, and your comment may just get pinned. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the socials below to support me, and I'll see you beautiful aliens and jellyfish in the next one.